Hello, I am Eivind Solheim. I am the novel author. I recently published the novel The Man Who Stopped Aging, which is a novel that I have great aspirations for, and I hope it will resonate good with readers. In this video I will talk a little about how I conceive the task of being a novel author. Writing a novel is an existential task. The novelist is the one who writes himself into an imagined universe and expands it with his own impulses, feelings, thoughts, ideas and characters that he gradually creates. The novelist is someone who has so much inside him that it must be released into the world because it needs to be processed and dealt with so that it doesn't simply get lost. The novelist is the person who has an impulse, a drive within him to delve into ideas, thoughts and feelings and to explore these, to discover things, to find answers, to find a way to handle and relate to current matters. He is someone who possesses empathy, will, ability and, most importantly, the time to delve into issues using the words of language. And the writer is the person who can be a kind of omnipotent God in his own universe because he has created everything that is there. This image is actually the only concession I give to the belief in a God. The belief in an omnipotent God is a reflection of humanity's need to create security for itself. Ironically, the novelist is someone who uses this image of a God. He is a creator of his own universe, omnipotent and able to control everything. And the novelist uses this tool to live and survive. For without putting things in order, life isn't worth living. What can happen if in the fictional universe is that people, the characters, come to life. They develop their own lives, think, act and evolve according to their own logic. Sometimes to the surprise of the writer, some other times more or less in line with what the writer has anticipated. Writing a novel takes a lot of effort and requires a great deal of planning, endurance, insight and creativity. Writing a novel demands perseverance beyond what is usual, and it requires the will to succeed, the will to reach goals. It also requires a great plan with many sub-goals and one that one can hold in one's head and perhaps meticulously bring to life. A novelist can lose himself into his own fictional universe. This doesn't happen often, but it can happen. At least I think it can happen that I write myself into my universe and my thoughts, my mind are filled with every single day with the characters I create and the conflicts and conversations these characters have with each other. It all becomes a parallel universe in which I, as a writer, live alongside the existence I have in my life. This leads me to experience more. I have more content in my life than others who see me from the outside and do not have insight into what I think and write can see. But it is easy to imagine that there are many people who experience life this way. Some of them write novels, but most do not write novels. Instead, they have a universe inside them filled with thoughts and feelings, longing and sorrow to absorb. They long for something better, they have ambitions, they have all sorts of things, and all of this is more or less expressed or not formulated in language, but it exists within every single person. Perhaps we can say that each individual has an inner universe that is partly chaotic, partly organized with clear lines and directions and distinct elements of meaning. A novelist today is someone who sets out to structure his inner universe, which is partly chaotic, and creates his own version of the universe as he perceives and experiences it inside himself. We could say that the novelist is omnipotent in his fictional universe. This means that the writer has the power to create existence in his universe, and the fictional universe can then impact and influence the real life that the novelist uses. When this happens, the novelist learns as a human being and as a participant in the external world, and in a way he gains an advantage over all the other people around him who do not create such stories in their heads. Writing a novel thus becomes an existential risk and an existential task.